Good morning, Flosstube. Welcome to Justsewsherrie. I'm Justsewsherrie here on YouTube and also over on Instagram. Well, hello and welcome to you all. Welcome to everybody who has subscribed so far, whether you've been with me from the start or whether you've joined me along the way or whether you're just joining me today. You're very welcome, and I'm pleased you and I have got this time to chat. And yes, I've just remembered, I'm still creeping up towards 3,000, so if you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, because I've got a bit of a bonanza giveaway planned for when I eventually get there. And I'm itching to give some of the stuff away, so hurry up please. Just excited, I can't hold me water. I'm like that with Christmas presents. I'm desperate to give. When I've got some good stuff, I'm desperate to give. So not that the other giveaways aren't good stuff, they're all good stuff. It's just I've got quite a few planned for my 3K giveaway. Okay, have I said the date? I think I have. We're on to about take 6. Not doing it again. Every time I start, it just all falls apart. Much like my life. Okay, where are we now? Oh, so I'm meant to be at work. It's Friday. I'm meant to be at work normally at this time. But I've got a hospital appointment this afternoon. And I'm not allowed to eat or drink from 8 AM. Now, as I said, it's just after 7. I've had my second cup of tea, which I'm nearly finished by now because it took me that long to get to this take, whatever we're on. So I will be pausing you to make another cup of tea in about 15 minutes so that I can have another cuppa before I go on my nil by mouth regime. I can have small sips of water apparently, but nothing else. What joy, what joy. Never mind. This happens every time, every single time. I never know who I am or where I am when I start these. Cross stitch, Justsewsherrie, that's right. So it's been 3 weeks because I went on my hollybobs to Cornwall with a little major celebrity called Stacey Nash. Cross-stitch celebrity, I should say, really. And that was... It was amazing, actually. It was absolutely fantastic. Thoroughly enjoyed it. And I got a bit tanned, you can see. I'm peeling. Only had a couple of days in the sun because I got burnt. So I had to stay out the sun the rest of the week. But it was nice to have some warm weather. But this week's Justsewsherrie comes to you courtesy of being at Cowslip Workshops in Cornwall, which is where it was held by the fantastic Joe. I went, so my workshop was Tuesday, Wednesday. On the, I'm not sure if it was Thursday as well, and Friday and Saturday, they had an antiques fair, so I went on the Friday, and as I was pottering through the hall, I was just coming out of the hall when I heard, Sherrie? I turned round and I was like, hello? And it was this lady saying, yeah, I watch you on Flosstube. So Lynn, hello. And yes, I really am that thick. So she said, what was it? I watch you on Flosstube. And I went, how did you know it was me then? And she just looked at me like, yeah, because I go around with a bag over my head on Flosstube, don't I? So you'll never know who I am. I think it's because I was thinking, I can't technically see you who were watching. So it's kind of like, you know, when kiddies go, you can't see me now because they can't see you. It was like that. It was one of those moments. She just looked at me and I just was like, oh God, yeah, Lynn, this is me. This is me in the wild. I really am that daft. Bright as a blackout, I am. So this week's Justsewsherrie. Yes, people know what you look like, and therefore they'll know your name. So that was very stupid of me, but quite funny at the same time. So that's this week's Justsewsherrie. I also met a lovely viewer all the way from Australia, Susan. So hello Susan again, because sorry, I've just spotted the cat on the roof. Hello Susan. She I was going to say she hunted me down. She didn't hunt me down. I'd been for my lunch. We had our retreat in this sort of annex. It was like a workshop, which was really lovely, with all sort of windows all the way around, which was really nice. Anyway, we went for our lunch in the barn, it was called, and she was on. There was 2 workshops there. One with Stacey Nash, and then one with Maggie, and I can't remember her surname, and that was to do with felton. It was like overlay felton. Don't ask me, because I didn't go, and it wasn't what I thought it was anyway, because I'm bright enough not to check. I just assume I know what it is, and I don't. I thought it was needle felton, you know, like where you prick, do lots of pricking to make like little shapes and stuff. I thought it was that. It wasn't. It was more like laying things on. So I'm a bit gutted now, because I probably would have done that. Anyway, I digress. So I was coming out from my lunch, and I hears my name, and she says, "Oh, I've been looking for you, and you were going to be here." So hello Susan, and it was really lovely to talk to you. I can't believe. She said she didn't come all the way. Yeah, she came all the way over to Australia to meet me. Yeah. No, she didn't. She didn't. What I was going to say was that I asked, had she come all the way from Australia for the workshop? And I think it'd been a holiday that had nicely tied in with the workshop, so she was able to go. So anyway, that was that. But I will talk a little bit more about the actual retreat when I get to it. Where do I start? I feel all akimbo this morning, more so than usual. Finishes. Let's start with finishes. So I've got some piles, I've got some finishes, I've got a few new starts, I've got me whips. Ask me how Mirror Mate is going. Spoiler alert, it's not. I've got giveaways. I've got giveaway winners, and I've got new giveaways to give away. And before I go any further, what have I done there? I got it out. I did get it out. I'm not starting again. You'll have to... Oh, I can see it. Hang on. I can see it. I did get it out. This room is in chaos at the moment. I'm not even going to show you, because... And I couldn't bear the thought of tidying before doing my Flosstube, so we're here, mess and all. This bit that you can see is relatively tidy. You know when you just shove things. Anyway, the last giveaway was the fabric, and the blue fabric, and Honey of a Tiny Town. The lady who won, or man who won this, or person who won this, I should say, hasn't been in touch. I'll put the thingy down here again, but it is user-SX4IBKZ7X. Now remember, this might not be what you've put on your YouTube, it's the name that YouTube's given you. I don't know how to, well no, I must know how to work it, because I've changed mine. So you do need to check for that. So if you can get in touch with me. If not, I will do another giveaway on this next time, because I'd like somebody to get it before the summer, really. Oh, I suppose we are heading into summer now, but I'd like to give it away sooner rather than later, put it that way. I'd like to allow somebody to start stitching on it sooner rather than later. Okay, on to the good stuff. Finishes. I was nearly finished this the last time. I now am. So it is Winter is Coming, Mini Quaker by, I think it was Stitches Through the Years on Etsy. I wonder if I can get it in closer. You can't see, we've discussed this, haven't we? You can't see this white-ish very well. You can see it better in person. And I think I mentioned before, if I was to do this again, I would do it using a different white. But lesson learned. So I haven't ironed it, as you can tell. But I was pleased with that. Got it finished. I didn't have much to go, to be fair, but that is now finished. I then had another out of season finish. I finished Halloween, Wee Bird by Heart in Hand. With this, we discussed it the last time, the poor ghost, you couldn't see him. So what I did was, I said I was going to backstitch. I had a thought to backstitch with like a light grey, just to give an outline more than anything. For whatever reason, I decided to go with a darker grey. Oh, that's right, because I did this little hat first. It's meant to be a hat, although I think it looks a little bit like a bollard, like a police bollard. I suppose, do not enter, all the rest of it around Halloween. So then I thought, oh, I'll try with the dark around the ghost, and if it's that bad, I can always, it's only backstitch, I can pick it out easy enough and redo it with a light grey. But it looked okay, so I left it. And then the pumpkin looked odd because he didn't have backstitch around him, so I actually backstitched around that as well. I can't believe I chose to do backstitching. I mean, who does that? But it would have looked pants if I hadn't, because you wouldn't have been able to see it. You would have in the real world a little bit, but it wouldn't have been that much obvious. So, and these are very whimsical, aren't they? They're not true to life, because that's what ghosts look like in true to life, apparently. I've no idea. I don't know if I believe or I don't believe it. No idea. Halloween. Chuffed with him. I know it's out of season, but I'd started, so I was finished. Oh, that's right, man. It was one of me 24 and 24. And what I did do, which I forgot, I finally did my list of 24 and 24 and assigned each one a number. And you'll see from my list, I'm not getting very far. So there's a little bit of a rush job on now, getting my 24 and 24 done. I'm pretty sure 4 of them are going to go by the wayside, but I depicted that one, denoted, I gave that one a number of 18. So that was number 18 of my 24 and 24 finished. This next one you haven't seen. In fact, you won't have seen it before, because I had to get out my book of days this morning to see when I started it, so that I could put the start and finish dates in me now book of days. So I had to get out me 2023 book of days. I started this on the 23rd of May 2023. Now, I wasn't doing Flosstubes then, so you won't have seen it. It was a very small start. A very, very small start. And Lindsay Dixon, who runs, well, is one of the people who runs the Northeast Stitchy group where I am. She'd finished this on Instagram, it must have been. And it inspired me to get mine back out again. So I finished it. So it's Primrose Cottage Stitch. Is it Primrose Cottage Stitches? Stitching? Primrose Cottage. I would rather be stitching. And I haven't told you what I've done anything on. The Halloween bird was on 36 Count Winter Moon. And this is on... Now this is just a random linen I picked up somewhere. I can't remember where. I remember it being in a packet, but it wasn't like a proper packet. It was somebody had cut it and folded it and put it in a packet. So I'm pretty sure it is a 32 count. That's why I got linen, and it's lemon. It's a much deeper lemon than you can see on there. And I've literally just done the I and the W and the ginger bits of the hive. Ginger? Orange? Is ginger a colour? I mean, I know it's like a herb. Is it a herb? Flavouring? I don't know what. Oh, it's a root. I think it's a root. What's ginger? I'll need to do some research into it. Do you remember the reindeers when I got totally invested into it and needed to do? Now I'll need to research ginger. Anyway, the yellowy orangey bits on the hive. So I have literally done the rest. It's come out lovely. Really, really lovely. I'm not sure how I'm going to finish it. I think I'd quite like to do a flat fold, but I think they'll take a lot of time. And read that sentence. I don't want to be flat folding, I want to be stitching. So they are my 3 finishes for today. No fully finishes. Done that. And then we get on to new starts. I'll do my last new start separately, and you will see for why. So I finished my summer. No, I didn't. Talking out my ears. Finished my winter. Quaker is coming. So I decided to crack on with the next ones in the series that I had. Sorry, trying to open the pattern. So this is summer is coming. Now I've got spring as well, which I haven't done. So I've done autumn, I've now done winter. I kind of thought it was a bit late for spring. So I thought, oh, I'll jump into summer and do summer. And I kind of wish I'd done spring now, because I really got into it and I've done quite a lot of it. So this is Summer is Coming, which is Stitches Through the Years. I'm doing this on a very similar, if you haven't seen my previous floss tubes, this is done on a 20 count Megan Coffee Craft Ada overdyed, which is lovely. So I'm doing this on, and I'm lying, it's not even a Megan Coffee Craft, but it is a 20 count Ada. And this is Fibre on a Whim, brown sugar. So that is as far as I am. So I haven't got much further to go. Have I got this the right way? Yes, I have got it the right way around. Is it? Oh, it's me. Looking at it upside down. How do you know who I am? Yeah, I've got a little vase thing to do on this side, like half a vase. Finish that motif and do another motif in the little heart, and then I'll be done. But I did, once I got me 24 and 24 out, I had a bit of a I need to get on with that, so I did force myself to put this down, and I'm just fighting with myself like, oh, just finish it, just finish it. No, don't finish it, you need to do your 24 and 24. Just finish it, just finish it. Do you have that? Do you have that internal struggle as to what you should be doing? I don't know why we put these restrictions on ourselves. I mean, I suppose the whole point is to stay organised and make progress. But I mean, we're progressing on anything if we're stitching, aren't we? I have no idea. So that is my other new start. Oh no, I've got 3 more. So because I had the, oh my god, I need to get on with these 24 and 24, I picked up another one, and I picked up number 19, which I have designated, that was the word. What did I say, number 19? Number 19, which is the autumn bird. So I wanted to do autumn, Halloween, winter, Christmas birds. So I've done one down, 3 to go. So I got on and started this one. And I'm doing them all on the same 36 count as what I got winter moon. Let's see if I can move the thread out of the way before I show you it. Working thread Zaros. And this is as far as I am. I have changed. I have changed the bird. It was meant to be an onyx. Cut it. I haven't got onyx, which is weeks. I could have done it in black coffee, which is Classic Colourworks black, because I have got that in. But I decided to just go with 3799 DMC because I didn't want it to be black. I think Halloween, I'd just come from stitching Halloween and I thought, well, I don't understand why. Halloween's ginger, orange, brown, whatever it is. And the autumn one is black. I would have done it the other way around. I mean, I'm not Cecilia Turner, I don't know what I'm doing, but that would have been me. So I didn't want to do a black on Halloween, on autumn. Just me. So I went rogue and did what I wanted. I made it my own. So I've done that. I didn't have, now I got stuck with this. Some of you may be able to help me. I will show you. Can I show you? I'll show you on this. I've printed out a working copy. It is meant to be dried thyme for the pumpkin. No, it isn't, I'm lying. Maple syrup, which is 268. Can you see? DMC 268. There isn't a DMC 268. And I thought, well, I wonder if it's Anchor. And I thought, well, I haven't got Anchor, so I don't know what to do. This was after I'd spent half an hour hunting through me DMC Cardex, me threads, just in case it was there and Mr. DMC had forgotten to put it on the Cardex. So anyway, I have decided to do the pumpkin. I literally got really brave, and I went to my colours that are hanging up and thought, what colour do I want to do it? I had a look at the original picture. It's got quite a lot of variegation. So I wanted to use a variegated thread. So I've decided to go with Classic Colourworks branded pairs. So if anyone knows the mystery behind DMC 268, please enlighten me. I'll probably forget, but I'll know for now. I did my own little bit of research, and what's just occurred to me though is I never checked if it was the opposite way around, whether they're just mixed up, because the Anchor is 937. It might be the other way around. I'm not going to look right now because I'm talking to you. I need to go make a cup of tea. Hold that thought. Yes, nanosecond for you. 5 minutes to make a cuppa for me. And I've got about 15 minutes to drink it. Never mind. Right. Back to new starts. This is the smallest new start you've ever seen in your entire life. But I'm going to show you because I did put and when I say a stitch, I kind of mean a stitch into it. Now, where is I can't show you it because it's a sal. I can't show you the pattern that's been sent out. So this is from Love Poppet, and this is Dreaming of Summer Sal, which started, I got the first part yesterday, and I was very kindly gifted this from Claire, who owns the company. Now, it hasn't been gifted under any, what's the word? proviso. It isn't a, oh, will you promote this if I send you on? Nothing like that. She just said, do you want to join? And I was like, yeah, I'd love to. So she very kindly sent me the fabric and threads, and I got the first PDF yesterday. I think it looks really lovely. And I can't show you the first part because I've only got it in pattern format, I think, unless I just haven't printed out, unless I've been more paper conscious or ink. Oh, hang on a second, hang on. Had on your pants. Oh, she has done it, man. It's me being daft. So this is part 1. This is what we've been sent. It's going to be lovely. Really look forward to it. Really, really, really lovely. I would have been tempted to get it anyway, even if she hadn't sent me it. So you can do it just PDF only, or you can get it with the kit, and it comes with either Aida or linen. Not linen. 32 count even weave. I can't remember if there was a 28 count even weave option. But you can certainly get like the kit up until the 29th of May. So hop on it. And I saw very briefly, I think my favourite lady in the world, Michelle, Mama Loves You JB, I'm sure she's got one as well. I think she's doing it. So I have started a minor, very small start. Only because I wanted to put a stitch in yesterday, when it was like the first PDF came. And then I got distracted. It was obviously squirrels kicking about as usual. And I can't remember where I went, but I got distracted and I literally only did that. I did mean to make a bit of a start on it. Show you the threads as well. They are glorious, and they're not even showing up as bright as they are. It reminds me of sort of frosted pumpkin kind of colours. They're lovely. And I don't know if I said before, but the fabric's like really pale peach, which again isn't showing up on the camera properly, but really, really, really lovely. And it's Love Poppet. So if you want to join in the sale with me and Michelle, because we're besties now, you know. Maybe I would like to be, but Michelle's far too important for me. Anyway, oh God, you see, this is how I lose threads. That is from my autumn wee bird. Right, now I have got that in a new bag that I was gifted, so I'm going to put it back out of the way. And my last new start was a holiday start. Now I was going to Cornwall for a Stacey Nash retreat. What am I going to start? It's got to be Stacey Nash, hasn't it? So I started Stacey Nash. And I started Mary Robbard. Mary Robbard's Pocket, is it? Yes. Mary Robbard's Pocket. Which I thought was sweet, and it was I wanted something relatively simple to transport because obviously I was going to be away, so I got that, and I just picked my own stuff. I just went totally rogue and did what I wanted. I didn't. I just wanted to make a start on it, and it's a one colour monochrome stitch. So I started on Needle and Flax Steinbach 36 count. Haven't got my glasses on. What a surprise. You know what I'm going to say next, don't you? I haven't lost them because I had them earlier. I've obviously put stuff on top of them. What the hell have I done with them? Guess what? I've lost my glasses. I had them before. Deliberately picked them up. So I have done it on 36 count Steinbach from Needle and Flax, and I'm doing it with Weeks Dye Works Lancaster Red. And that is my start. I'm loving this. I love the colour, I love the fabric, I love the pattern, I love the thread. There is nothing not to love on this. I love the designer. It's lush. Lush, lush, lush. Oh, I'm going to lose my thread. They are all my new starts. So they're my finishes and my new starts. Itchy ear. There's always something itchy on Flosstube. That sounds a bit dodgy, doesn't it? I mean, like, you get either an itchy nose or an itchy ear or something like that. That was what I meant. Let's just, you know. I have got one more new start, but I'll do it after I've done my whips. When we go into, I'll have a little chat about what happened when I met Stacey and gifts I got. So we'll head straight into whips. Need to get my tea into us. Lovely. Lovely, lovely. I'd love to know what I've done with my glasses as well. I broke them, by the way. I haven't just lost them. They are broken and lost. So, in fact, Mirror Me. That was the plan, wasn't it? I was just going to do Mirror Me. I took them all. I had 3 mirrors, Nightingale, Winter Queen and Fairy Moon. And I had Gaia, Bella Filipina, and I was chucking her in the mix as well. But she's a big fancy lady, so I kind of figured she was in the same group, for me anyway. How did it go? It did go, or it is going, but very, very, very poorly. So I started with Fairy Moon. Now I started this for my 11-year sobriety back in April, back in September. So it was a while ago. This is as far as I am. Usual needle mind from Work and Thread. One of these days I'll learn how to be a professional floss tuber. One day. Not this day, but one day. So, her hood is coming together. I don't know if you can hear that. Scout's screaming. Oh God. Charlie's hissing. There's hell on. Right. Yes. So I worked on her hood some more, so the lilac, the purpley, and I got some more of that done. So I did do a bit. And it's starting to take shape. I'm starting to see the pattern that it is. But I do need to get some more done on it. Can you hear them? I'm going to have to go and sort them out. They're like kids. And that's as far as my Mirror Me went. Not very far. Not very far at all. One. Fairy Moon. Although I did get a few hours on her. Right, I'm going to go and sort these. I'm going to go and sort the bairns out. Just a minute. Hi! I'm back. I've kicked them out. I've told them to play nice. Honestly. So, this one, I'm closing in on a finish, and I am thrilled to blithering bits with me little self. So, this was the Stitch in London, the sampler edition that I went to. This was the kit, retreat kit that we got, which is one of Michelle's reproductions. Maud Mary Dodrell, 1876. I think that says backwards. And it is nearly done. So since the last time, I have finished this last alphabet and I've started working on the phrase, seek ye the Lord while he may be found, call upon him while he is near. Isaiah. So have I finished all of the... Yes, so I've finished all of the phrase. Oh, I didn't realise that. I've finished all of the phrase. I've just got the Isaiah to fit in here. Isaiah? Can somebody who knows the Bible tell me how to pronounce it? Oh, somebody who just knows how you say it. Is Isaiah? Anyway. And then Maud Mary, and I stopped there because I'm going to do the Dodd bit in a different colour, because that is my surname. I am thinking 2 ticks, because I'm going to ask for your opinion. It was cold yesterday, so I had my big Aran cardigan on. I am thinking about doing in Schoolhouse Red, Gentle Hearts. What do you think? My thought was either black, and then I didn't really want to do it in black. I want it to stand out, but I don't want it to be the entire piece, obviously. If I get the other colours out so you can see them, it'll give you a better idea of the threads. So they are the threads. Because you can see them brighter when I hold the threads as opposed to the actual piece. Do you think red will go or not? Do you think I should go with black, or do you think I should go with a different colour? Pale blue maybe? What else is there? I don't want to do pink. I did consider yellow. Yellow's not really my colour. So that was why I dismissed it. There's orange, again, not really my colour. I'm not sure orange would go. Orange would go with the blue and the green, but maybe not with the purple. I don't know. Thoughts, please, because I don't know very much. I'll just make it up as I go along. Yeah, anyone who knows me knows that I actually do. I think people think I just say stuff, you know. And I don't. I mean everything I say. No. Usually. And my next whip was another of my 24 and 24. And I'm loving this. Suddenly starting to get a sight of the pattern, if you like. I'm just shoving stuff, you know. Normally I have lovely neat piles. What was this designated on me 24 and 24? 17. So Halloween Quaker. Yeah, no, it's December Quaker. Halloween Quaker. Number 17, did I say? Yes, number 17. And I'm doing this on the called for. I think it's definitely the called for fabric. It's Murky by Picture This Plus. And I'm doing it on a 36 count. I can't remember if that's the required count. Right, hang on, where the hell am I at? That's where I am. Let's try to figure out which way up to hold it. So I'm just getting started on the first big motif. I've done the little black one. So this started, I was going to do the DMC conversion with any of the threads that I happen to have in. but a lot of them are blended DMCs. Because I'm doing it on 36 count, I'm doing it 1/2. So I thought, oh, I can't blend one thread. It has to be 2 threads if it's a blended one. So I backtracked. I had Classic Colourworks Black Coffee in, so I started this motif anyway, and then I ordered the rest of the threads. And they did arrive. I wonder if I've got them all together. I have. I've even got them all on a little ring. I need some more of these binder rings. So it will look fabulous when it's done. But I'm starting to see. And it looks lovely. It looks, that's what I mean by I'm starting to like, oh, it looks good. It looks good. In this case, doing the called for threads, I think, is going to make a massive difference, in my opinion. So I haven't gone rogue on this one. I'm doing what I'm told. Not very often that happens. Not very often that happens at all. This is a bit of a whip, or it's a bit of a... oh. So my Quakers, if you'll have followed me for a little while, or if you watch me on Instagram, I'm doing the monthly Quakers by Wendy from the Heart Needle Art. And I'm up to June. June has run away. I have no clue where June is. It's gone. And I don't really want to start it again, because I had started it and I'd done a little bit on it. So I'm a bit peeved. June has... I can't find it. So I thought, you know what? Eventually I gave in and thought, I'm just going to jump to July. So this is July, which is number 7, strangely enough, in my From the Heart Needle Art. And this is as far as I got. Not very far, but this is as far. I changed the red. The red should have been Cherry Cobbler 3777, and I've changed it for our Christmas red 666. But I'm doing the called for the blues. Now the reason I changed the red is this is meant to be as homage to Independence Day, I think. The colours are very, very American flag orientated, and they're lovely, but I'm not American. So I'm just not. I might like to be, but I'm just not. So I matched the red to what our Union Jack flag would be, which is a bright red basically. If I hadn't already done a teeny tiny start of my 12 and 12 in this steely blue, might have even changed the blue as well to be more of a royal blue. But I like the colours now. I had another look at the pattern, and I thought, put it the right way, Sherrie. And I thought, well, it's not really actually American flag. There's nothing American flag in it, so it doesn't, other than the colours. So it doesn't really matter. And I like the blues. I like the blues that the designers chose. I just thought having that red in would make it look akin to the American flag, and I assume that's the point that Wendy wanted to make, because obviously Independence Day in July. Right. Oh God, that's Mary's. Maud. I keep calling her Mary. Her name's Maud. Maud Mary Dodderel. Cat's in the middle of the tree. Oh no, there's another one peeked out from the bottom of it. If you could see what I could see when I'm doing Flosstubes. Sleeping bag man, the saga continues. He's still there and I've been watching. He does their grass for them, but he seems to just hang around all day. Doesn't seem to go in the house. I don't know if he's not allowed in. I don't know. I don't know. Watch this space. Watch this space. And the next one is a whip. And this is one of my favourites in the world. Floral Etchings 2. I loved Floral Etchings 1. It was my hot stitch from Nashville 2023. Oh God, my computer's going to die if I don't plug it in. And I've got it plugged into my mic. That could be a problem. So, Floral Etchings. Let's crack on through this until we die. I am doing this on 40 count ballet slippers with all of the called for threads. Although I have changed, this white was meant to be the roll over dyes. The white was meant to be Wickes Dye Works linen, but because of the fabric, I don't know if I can show you it. This looks like conch to me. Can you see how it literally just, it's the same colour, totally the same colour. Beautiful thread, just the same colour as the fabric I've chosen. So I have replaced that with, and I call this a soft white. It's not a harsh blanc from DMC 37. Oh God, I can't see it. 3865, I think it might be. So I'm getting on quite canny with it now. I only picked it up again a couple of days ago. But once I start on these floral etchings, man, my heart is gone. Totally lush. Totally lush. And have I said I've got a copy of this for me 3000 giveaway? You know, and I said I had some good stuff. Subscribe. Let me get there. Oh, I was going to say that's all my whips. It's not. It's not. I left the best till last. It's not the best, but it was there was a sense of achievement with this one. This is Modern Folk Embroidery, the Rosebush sampler. Julie from Jane and what's it called? Running with Scissors, Stitching with Jane and Julie. I got there. Takes a while, but I got there. Jane's doing this anyway, and every time I used to see it, I fell more in love with it every time, so I had to have it. So I chose to do it on parchment by Weeks, I think. I'll need to double check that. I need to check my stuff, don't I? I think it's parchment by Weeks. And the border met over the flippin' moon. I really didn't think this would meet, to be fair. So it's, yeah, I'm sure it's 36 parchment by Wickes Dye Works. 36 count, I should say. And not a single stitch had to be fudged. Chuffed to blithering bits. So I have done some more work up here as well. I've started putting in one of the other colours in the yellow flower. I did some of the leaves as I was going around the border. And I left others, depending on what mood I was in. This is bloody lovely. It is absolutely bloody lovely. In my opinion. Yeah, I love this. I love it, I love it, I love it. Loving it like that. Is that a song? I know somebody else said they came out with it as well when the last time I say it all the time. I think that's a song. that, ladies and gentlemen, is all of my stitching. No, not quite, because I've got one last new start to show you. And I'll get my gifts, and I will be 2 shakes of a lamb's tail, which couldn't be more appropriate. Okay, on to my very last piece of stitching, show you, and the gifts. And it is, of course, the retreat kit that we got from Stacey Nash. So, meeting Stacey, she was lovely, really, really lovely, dead down to earth, quite a funny lady. We had a good laugh, actually. I'd like to think we got on well, but she was probably just being nice because I was like in our class. I would say it was more of a retreat, not a workshop. Although we had some brand new newbies in, and there was a lady at my table who was a newbie, Siobhan, who was lovely. So there was just 3 of us on our table. Like I say, there was only 20 of us there, so it was like 2, 3, 4 sort of rows of tables, and we were just like a little group of 4. But there was only 3 of us. How did you know it was me? God, I say some stupid stuff. So Stacey was there, her mum Marlene was there, who was a lovely lady, and I thoroughly enjoyed chatting to her. That was really good fun. There was a few American ladies in our group as well. Some had come with us, some were there anyway. I met Jeannie from Country Sampler. I didn't meet her till almost, I say didn't meet her. I didn't realise who she was until almost the end of the second day. And that poor woman, because I made a point of saying, right, I'm going to visit everybody, because I did as much stitching as I would normally do at a retreat. So on the second day, I went to visit everybody. And I'd said to her, oh, you own a shop, don't you? And she says, yeah, Country Sampler. And I said, what's your name? She's Jeannie. I was like, you're Jeannie from Country Sampler? Uh-huh. I was like, shit. Like, you're a living legend. Like, I just, that was not what I was expecting in a million years. And what a bloody lovely lady she is as well. She invited me to do a Flosstube from her shop. I feel like I've been given gold from somebody famous. I really do. I think she said Kim, the contented needleworker, contented stitcher. Everyone knows who Kim is, surely. Was doing a one while she was in England, and Kim's amazing. I mean, Christ, I don't even appear on the same plane as these ladies. But that was really, really nice, and some other ladies that had come over from the States as well. We had a good chat about driving around country lanes in Cornwall. I think it spooked them a little bit. Now, the roads were like this thick, but more to the point, the hedges were this big and they couldn't see. And they said in America, everything's like levelled around the roads, so you can at least see over, and they couldn't. And apparently at one point in Port Isaac, they were driving down a path. Obviously, they called it a sidewalk. Yeah, they were driving down a path. Yeah, the joys of driving abroad. So yeah, it was fabulous. So when we got there, we got a little bag with our goodies in. Stationers. We're getting to that time. I've done quite well with new words this time. Stacey Nash Designs. And we got this pattern, which is Strawberry Cottage. What does it say? Yeah, Strawberry Cottage sew and roll. And she had the original there that we could see. So I went and had a good hunt, and a good hunt, I looked for it the second day specifically and took loads of photos of it. Trying to find the back of it so I can show you. So that is the back. And so we got that, which I think is an exclusive. It says designed by Stacey Nash for Cowslip Workshops. So I'm assuming it may be released at some point. And we got the linen at Shaw's. I think you could get, I thought it was just 32 count. Jeannie of Country Sampler had 36 count, but I don't know if that was because she reached out to Stacey first and said, can I get 36 count instead of 32? Because I think the rest of us all had 32. Would you like to see how much stitching I got done? Anyone who's been to retreats with me will know how much stitching I do at retreats. They even found it hilarious. They were like, have you actually done any stitching, Sherrie? I was like, yes, I have. Done a bit. That was the bit that I did. And I counted it. There's 104 stitches. And my record at retreats was 92. So, bossing it. Absolutely bossing it, I am. So, yeah. So, we got the pattern. We got the linen. We got all of the threads, which are all over-dyed. And I need this, what I was saying, I need some more rings to just hook them all onto. And the colours are fab. Really, really lovely. Fab. And I was kind of chuffed that the red she'd chosen was Lancaster red, which was the same as the one I'd picked all by me own for me new start that I wanted to have while I was down there. So they're the threads, and we got all of the fabric to make the needle roll as well. Oh, it's the first time I've opened this. So I've got all of the fabric. I'm not going to unthingy it because I would like to put it back in as it is. Lush. And we got the silk ribbon to tie it up. That's really lovely. I didn't realise the ribbon was in. I mean, I think it probably says on the thing, but of course I never take that much notice of anything. So, and then we got this little treasure. Oh, it's all right. Sorry, I might have gone a bit quiet. Not because I've gone quiet, but because I've had to plug my laptop in rather than having my mic plugged in. And we got this, which was, these are made by Stacey's husband. I think it says Stacey Nash Designs on the back. I haven't got my glasses on. I did grab me sunglasses. I don't know what I've done with me other ones for a change. Yeah, Stacey Nash Design. And it is a needle keep. I thought it was thread bed, but I make it up as I go along, because of the felt. But it's not. It's a needle. It's a needle keeper, and it also has these little pins in the top here are magnets, which means I can keep my needle on as well. Can I find a needle? It doesn't really matter. I'm sure you believers. So it magnetises to it, and I can keep my needles on one of the corners as well. And this was super cute. I've never had anything like this before. Really, really lovely. Really lovely. And we had a ball. We did. We had an absolute ball. Cowslip Workshops, if you're ever in that neck of the woods, if you're ever in Cornwall, definitely pay a visit. It's not cross-stitch themed as yet. Jo didn't, she wasn't sure how. It's the first time she's ever done any sort of cross-stitch stuff, and she didn't think it would be very popular. I think she was a little bit blown away by actually how popular cross-stitch actually is in the UK. I was telling her, who was it? No, it was Jeannie I was telling, that I'm going to the Big Stitch in the end of July, and that's going to have like 300 stitches there. She was like, oh. I was like, yeah, it's big. It's big stuff in the UK, or in my little world. There's a lot of people, a lot of ladies doing it. But definitely pop into Cowslip Workshops. They've got an antique shop there that I think is open most of the time. And they've got a cafe, and the cafe is well worth a visit just on its own. They make their own Viennese whirls and stuff, and oh, to die for. Cake and cross stitch, what's not to love? So I think there was talk, although I don't know, you would need to contact Jo at Cowslip Workshops. I think there was talk at looking at doing more cross-stitch orientated things, but the fabric there is incredible, absolutely incredible. If you're looking for fabric finishing, top drawer, absolutely top drawer. So, gifts, what did I buy myself? On the way, I went to Bridgend and I went to visit the turtle, who's my friend Sophie, who owns Turtle Bags and is also now the proud owner of Pink Scissor Fabrics. And this, I keep teasing her, saying she needs to make this rainbow surgeon the signature. So whenever anyone sees the rainbow surge, they know it's been done by the turtle, done by Sophie. So this, as you can see from here, is a 56 count. Yes, Sarah, more. And this is a 56 count. So when I was at the last Floss Friends retreat, myself and Rachel, Talking Dog Stitcher, we're talking about 56 count, and she fancied to go on it. So I said, do you fancy doing what me and Sarah did, and we'll each buy one and then half them, because obviously on 56 count your designs are going to be much smaller. So this to me is like the equivalent of a fat quarter of 32 count. I know what I'm saying. Oh, I know what I mean, I should say. So we did that. I then said to Rachel, do you want to give it to Sophie to cut? Because she knows what she's doing, cutting fabric. I didn't realise. She thought I meant give it to Sophie to take away, cut, serge and give back. And I was like, I just wanted her to cut it, so I've had to wait a couple of months to get me 56 count, because me and Rachel misunderstood each other. So yeah, so that is stuff that I got a little while ago. When I was at Sophie's, I got this at Harrogate last year. I fancied making a frock, and I like the look of this. This is really sort of 70s inspired for me. Something really simple that I can just wear to potter around me home. And I figured it would just be very plain and easy. So I bought that last November when I was at Harrogate. So when I was down with Sophie, I bought some fabrics to make it, and I'll show you them because they're fabrics. This is slightly bluer in real life. There, that's better colour. And it needs to be lined. It can actually be dual purpose. What do you call it? Reversible. Dual purpose. So I bought this. I bought the bee fabric. And any eagle-eyed people among you might remember this fabric because I finished my Honey of a Tiny Town with the blue version of this. So I got that and that from Sophie. I was measured to within an inch of my life when I was there because her sewing ladies were in at the machines doing their good stuff, what they do, because I'm not a sewer, can I just say. I am very, 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 very beginner when it comes to actual sewing. I can do squares from pillow finishes, that's kind of it. So they measured me to within an inch of my life. I felt really good when I went to Pink Scissor Fabrics that morning. Probably didn't feel quite so good when I left. They measured me. They measured once, they measured twice, they measured 3 times. Apparently, I am large this way, and the lady went, "Oh, you are very, very short." I was like, she said, "Definitely a large." I thought I was a medium, right? I thought I was kind of about a medium. So I'm a large and an extra, extra short. Felt great when I went in. Yeah, maybe I'll not go when the sewing ladies are in again. But actually, to be fair, they kept me right and they gave me some top tips, and Sophie helped me to know where to start with sewing. But anyway, back to cross stitch. You know, I've got these, thinking that I've just bought them. I haven't. These are ones that I was thinking about starting. I've grabbed the wrong pile. I have grabbed the wrong pile. When I say it's a mess in here, I mean it's a mess in here. That's why my sewing machine's out, by the way, because I've broken that as well. The foot's come off. Can I get it back on? I've tried. I haven't thought about not Googling, but YouTube and how to get a foot back on. Anyway, that's another one. Now, I bought these last month. I bought these 2 last month, but I forgot to print them off and show you. So I got Spring Blooms by Chris, TheCampingStitcher, from her Etsy store. Yes, we're away from spring now, kind of. But we weren't when I bought it. And I finally got my backside round to getting this. It's TheCampingStitcher, Stitcher's Prayer. And this is on Etsy. Now I sit down in my chair, needle, floss and fabric there. I stitch and calm my mind. Calm my busy mind whenever I can find the time. I was reading that backwards. I can't read better than that normally. She released it about last October. It was one of her first releases. And I've just finally got my backside round to getting it. I got, these were from 123 Stitch, who I'm fighting with again. I made quite a big order a little while ago, and it hasn't been delivered. It's apparently got as far as Tyneside Depot, which is, what, 20 miles down the road from me? Not even that far, probably. But it's gone to the depot. It hasn't gone to, and it says ready for collection. Now, I assume that means for the postman to collect it, because it's not for me, it's a depot. So I queried it with, Royal Mail said, check with the sender. If you're a receiver, check with the sender. Can't remember the proper words. So I did that. I went to 123 Stitch and said that it says on Royal Mail, I've got to contact them. They've come back and said it appears ready for collection. Not by me. No. Royal Mail still has it. And it's not up to me to go and bloody get it. It's up to them to deliver it. Anyway. and breathe. It's been there since the 24th of April. I'm now starting to get a little bit peed off. I've tried to contact Royal Mail. I've sent a note in to their contact form. Still haven't heard back from them. So I'm going to have to go back to 123 Stitch and say, look, sort it out from your end. I've paid a lot of money. I want my order. In the meantime, the last order I got from 123 Stitch, before I possibly will never order again. And I can't even remember if I showed you these, but I'm going to show you them again. I got the Wee Santa 2004, heart in hand, which I'm busy collecting them all. They were still out on my bench, so I'm assuming I haven't done it. The Sweetheart Tree by someone. It just says a name on. Tiny Periwinkle cushion. Just says designed by. Oh, the Sweetheart Tree is the company. Oh, the Sweetheart Tree is the company. I got my hands on this. Mellow Yellow by the Artsy Housewife. And I got this Faith, which I've kitted up. And I've exchanged one of the threads, the olivey green thread, I've exchanged for a different one, which I'll show you once I start it. Might have two of these for a giveaway. What's in I do? And this one. I have been after this for the longest time, and I finally pulled the trigger. And Tom Uffendale, 1835, I think. Everything's backwards that I'm reading. Yeah, 1835. This was probably the first sampler that I looked at a couple of years ago and thought, I like that. I really like that. Love it. So they're the ones I got from 123 Stitch. What else have I got? I'm going to put this away, this Love Poppet. When I was at Sophie's place, I was gifted project bag by Rachel, Talking Dog Stitcher. She'd gone there to finish off. She was getting some tips off Sophie. So she'd done the majority of it and she'd gone there to just finish off doing it, and Sophie was helping her. And I admired it and she went, you can have it. I was like, no, all right, thanks. Because I really liked it. So I love that. So it's now, Rachel, it's been put to good use. It's got my Love Poppet Dreaming of Summer Sal in, because I think that's very appropriate. You always think of bumblebees as summertime. Shove that back in there, sort it out later. Right. Moving into what I got from Sophie's place. The majority of what I've got now, there's a couple of patterns, but it's mainly fabric. So if you're not interested in seeing the fabric, feel free to scoot to the giveaway or whatever, or leave, or do what you want. It's your finger on the remote control. You can do whatever you want. I don't mind. So I got some Christmas fat quarters. I've got some Christmas fabric, but I didn't have any sort of ready colours like I would call sort of whimsy Christmas, you know, like Santa-esque Christmas. So I picked up these fat quarters and these. So if you're after any fat quarters for Christmas and you're in Sophie's area, which is South Wales, get yourself along to her shop because she has got them in. I got those. I got, and now I nearly bought these two to do my dress. William Morris. I nearly. But then I saw the blue sunflower and I fell in love with more the colour than anything. it's not as, honestly, you can't see the flipping colour of this properly, but it is, it's beautiful. So, William Morris. Got them. And I'm not sure if this is a William Morris or a French General. I don't know why. Don't know why I'm thinking it might be. Maybe it's not. But I thought this would be good. These, I'll use all of these for finishing. And I got this because I just liked it. Again, for finishing. I got some interfacing. And that is, so Sophie's got all the different interfacing as well as batten and things like that. And I got a fat quarter of these two little cuties as well. So, Santa stuff. I've got some Christmas fabric, like I say, but it's more, what would you call it? Not more sensible, but more like, yeah, anyway, I don't know what I'm saying. I've got no idea. If you know, tell me, because I don't. Oh, and I got these. I got buttons. Don't know if you can see them. I just got buttons. Handmade with love. These little ones. Medium, handmade with love. And small, I think that says handmade with love. I haven't got my glasses on because they're on my head. And then some like little teeny small buttons. So I got buttons. We know I like buttons. I like buttons. But I like the handmade with love ones, especially because if you're doing smalls exchanges and stuff, you can obviously stitch them on. But to be fair, you know, everything I stitch with love, whether I'm giving it to somebody or I'm keeping it myself. And then we get to what I got from Cowslip. Get me light out because that wasn't what I got from Cowslip. First thing I got, we all need a tote bag, don't we? Cowslip Workshops. Had to be. Oh, I got a cup as well, a Cowslip Workshops cup, but that's not stitching related, but it's lush. I got some patterns when I was there because Stacey had brought some over. So I got Whitaker. I got Bobbin. I can't remember his name. He's got a name. Sarah Stonehouse on Instagram has just finished these. When we were there, Sally, who's the Humble Bumble Stitcher, brought all her finishes in of Stacey Nash finishes that she'd done. And she'd done them all on 46 count, 1/1. I think it was 10 stitch. And they were incredible. Absolutely. The finishing she does. I came away feeling like at first I was amazed. And then I felt really disheartened, thinking, God, mine are crap compared to hers. And I had a chat about it with a couple of the ladies, and they were like, no man, you're meant to be inspired from it. I'm like, yeah, I know, but I do have this kind of weird, oh my God, they're amazing, flipped with, oh, I'll never be able to do anything like that. And then I got inspired again. So, and Sarah's just done them. She's just she's quite competently done 46 count, so I might give it a go. I might see. Mind her finishing's great as well. It's the finishing, I think, not the stitching. The finishing is out of this world. And I got this one as well. What does that say? Caroline's something sampler and sewing bag. I like this. I love the border. Everything else about it's lovely, but I really love that border. So I got those 3 Stacey Nash while I was there. And if you are in Cornwall and you're after fabric, cowslip, my God. I got some giant rickrack for finishing. And then I got all of these. I got this. So these are all just fat quarters that I got cut off. I got this. I got a blue butterfly. I got another blue ditzy. Love this one. This will be gorgeous autumn finishing. As will this. Turquoisey. And this will be fab for finishing as well. So I've got all of those. And then I got a green, because I'm not a green girl, am I? It appears. A creamy flower. And then a more sort of daisy type flower. Then another beigey, yellowy. I got the same butterfly in a cream. And I got another green, because I'm definitely not a green girl. Got those. I then got these. Now these reminded me, any crafters, multi-crafters among you might know who Tim Holtz is. He does a lot of the mixed media stuff. And these reminded me, not so much this one. So this is like a scroll finish that I thought might be nice. I've got Elizabeth Bennet and a couple of the other writer cross stitches to do, and I thought this might be quite nice for finishing with that the scroll. And these reminded me very much of Tim Holtz, these designs, and I've never seen them on fabric. So there is this. This maybe isn't so much Tim Holtzy, but music. This is definitely very Tim Holtzy. I thought I'd got... No, I thought I'd got another Tim Holtzy type one, but I haven't. But these will be fab. Again, all for finishing. Because I think I'm Vanna Pfeiffer. I don't know when I'm ever going to... Do you know what? I'm telling total lie. They're not for finishing. They're just for keeping me drawn, opening and stroking and go, yeah, they're lovely. Closing me drawer and walking away, feeling happy. I got that one. That was just a rogue one at the bottom of the bag. And I think that is it. That is enough. Definitely enough. So I had a fabric bonanza while I was away. Okay, giveaways. Give me one moment. I'm going to grab some water so I can take a sip now that I'm no longer allowed to drink, but I do need to wet me whistle. Whistle wetted, so I can speak again now. Giveaways, that's right. Giveaways from last time. What the hell did I have? Oh, they're here. Right beside me, but they're now under, you don't even want to see. The mess that is there is just a pile of stuff. Okay, and I wrote them down. Where did I write them down? Right, I've got my book. I wrote them down. Hang on a sec. there was The Pirate, and by Cottage Garden, is it Cottage Garden Samplings? I think that's what it's called. Yep. So this was won by, and I will put the name below because I'm going to totally have a car crash with this. Donna Van Gemeren Burn. So sorry, Donna. 5080. So Donna Van Gemeren Burn, maybe? I don't know. I'm so sorry. I'll put it along here. So you won The Pirate, and the second one was The Needleworker, which again, it looks a bit, I think it's just the packet that looks a bit grubby for some reason. The pattern's not, the pattern's fine. And this was won by Susan Thomas 8295. So Susan and Donna, if you can get in touch with me and give me your addresses, I will post them to you wherever you happen to be in the world. This week's giveaway, can you see I'm peeling everywhere? I've been back over a week, and I was only in the sun a couple of days. What a bloody mess I am now. Okay, this week's giveaway is, I've got two. So there is this one. This was donated by Val, which is the Art Nouveau Lady with Birds. I'll pull it in so you can see it a bit better. Now this is the entire kit. So it is a 16 count cream aider and all the threads that you need to stitch it. So Art Nouveau Lady with Birds. I think that'll come out really lovely. I think that the colours aren't depicted very well on the photo. So for that one we will say birds, B-I-R-D-S. Okay, birds for that one. And the second one, and I've chosen this specifically because when I stayed in Cornwall, I stayed on a working farm. I got to feed the lambs, and I made friends with 188 who used to bleat at us every morning till I took notice of him, which was quite funny. So it was really nice, and I met the calves. I went to see all the calves and all that stuff. It was really lovely. So with that in mind, I have chosen to give away the Countryman, which again is Cottage Garden Samplings, with his sitting on a haystack is apparently what he's doing. I might change the colour if that was me stitching it. I mean, you might not. I might. I'm not sure. I still think it's funny though. So for that one, we'll just say cow. C-O-W. You don't have to make up a sentence. Please don't call me a cow. I mean, you can, but it would be nice if you didn't. You can't just put the words in if you want, though. You don't have to make up a sentence. Forward plans. What am I going to be doing? Well, I've still got half of Mirror May to do, haven't I? I've got this weekend off and I'm off on Monday. I'll see how it go. I was thinking about starting my frock, but my sewing machine's busted, so that might not happen. So if that's the case, I'll get cracking on with me some mirrors, get some stitching in. I need to find the love for them again, definitely. What else have I got coming up? I would like to find June, but in the meantime I need to get cracking on July, and I need to make a focused effort on my 24 and 24. I just stopped there because I've caught my eye on number 22 I've got is Thistle Crown by Ink Circles. I have started and restarted this. This will be the third time. So I've done my second lot and I'm not happy with it. So it'll be the third start that I make for Thistle Crown. And we'll see where we'll go. So I think I'm just going to stitch what makes me happy. I think, oh no, it's Sarah Stitchy Spot says stitch what you love, I think. And if you haven't been over to watch her Flosstube, you need to go. She's got a new dog. She is gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. So thank you very much to everybody who's bared with me this long. God knows how long this is. It's always done in bits and pieces, isn't it? So who knows? So final thought for today is, now I got this on an app that I've got, and it is by a man called George Bernard Shaw, and I really liked it. 2 things define you: your patience when you have nothing, and your attitude when you have everything. Bye for now.